virus. Sirius XM.
Hey!
And now, the Opie and Anthony Show continues. This is After O&A Live. Here's your host, Sam Roberts.
Yeah. As the Ron and Fez interns set up the studio, it gets turned over as the show goes. You get to experience this at home, folks. It's revolutionary material. The studio getting changed from one show to the other. It started out this morning as the Opie and Anthony studio. But right before your ears, the studio that we're broadcasting in, that you're listening to, is being transformed into the Ron and Fez studio. It's an amazing thing that can only happen here on the virus. For now, it's the After Opie and Anthony live studio. I'm Sam Roberts. Where's Mars? Because Opie left his hat here. And usually, I mean, Eric, if I'm not mistaken, isn't Mars the guy who usually grabs whatever? Yeah, here he comes. Mars, Opie left his hat. Go find him. Mars is running in here. He's running as fast as he can. He's going to try to catch Opie before he leaves. I mean, I think he already left, but Mars is now...
No, he's not returning it. He's stealing it.
Okay, he either robbed Opie or he's going to find him as quick as possible. Because if there's two things that Mars is, it's a brown noser and a thief. So he'll just have to decide which...
Oh, I thought you were going to say just brown.
Eric, that's not what we do here.
Oh.
Yeah, he's tired.
Who's tired?
Eric.
Oh, well, I want to get into exactly how tired Eric is in a little bit, but before any of that...
Yes.
There's something that I've been dying to talk about since 5 o'clock this morning.
What?
And if Travis and Danny are around, I need them to come to the studio, please. ASAP, por favor.
What's this about?
Well, it's just something that I feel like we should talk about with the audience. And I think that they would like to share this with the audience. It's something that I feel like the O&A community expands beyond the staff that's here, okay? Like, I feel like Liam is a part of the O&A community, and I'd love to find out what he was doing drinking in the OutQ studio a minute ago. I would love to get to the bottom of that.
Do you see Liam? Like, he's wearing shorts. He's like, fucking egg.
I want to get to the bottom of what Liam's up to. But the O&A community is the entire audience. Everybody who's listening at home. You, listening to your radio, are a member of the O&A community. Now, Danny and Travis are here. What, are the headphones too loud? There's a program for Mr. Anthony. Danny and Travis. First of all, you guys should be on the After Opie and Anthony show more often.
He's nervous. He's nervous.
Well, you guys aren't on that much,
That was
so
a rotation.
I'm starstruck. You guys should come on more often because I feel like you and Travis, Danny, both of you have stories to share as much as everybody else does.
Why are the lights off in Eric's studio?
He likes to keep it dark in there. It's mood lighting. No, we'll get it. Trust me. I'm going to get into... You know what I'm going to get into, Roland. We'll get into all that. Eric, you're not escaping. But I want to talk about this first because you guys have your stories to share, but I feel like you guys selfishly keep your stories to yourself in the office instead of sharing them because everybody out there who's listening right now loves stories. They like to hear from Troy and Roland.
But
they want your stories too. D-Boy should be in.
At the same time, there's work to do.
Is there, though?
There's back office things to do. So we can't possibly share all these stories with the people.
Well, listen. I wish you would, because today you will. And I walked in to the show this morning.
I do it.
And Travis didn't give you a heads up. I'm sitting... I'm finding some audio for the show. It's like 5:30, you know. The first hour of the morning is a very intensive hour because that's when we're all doing our, last-minute show prep, making sure everything's ready. And right before the show is going on, as a matter of fact, just as I was writing the list of the people that Dr. Drew has failed that we talked about earlier on the show.
6 o'clock.
Right. It was just as the show was beginning. Travis says, "Hey, Sam, did you see the text that Danny sent me last night?" And I go, what do you mean, did I see the text? He sent you the text. Of course I didn't. Danny and Travis have taken up in the past couple of months, I think, or maybe it's longer, I don't know.
A couple months, yeah.
Poster collecting.
Yeah, we're big time poster fags.
And what's the poster company that you guys are all into?
Mondo?
Mondo posters. They do these like...
You mean MondoTees.com?
Yeah, you're not going to get anything.
They do these like super limited edition runs of posters where for the really good ones, you have to get on the website as soon as the poster is released, because it's literally, how long does it take to sell these posters?
Seconds.
Like less than a minute, the posters come out.
Absolutely. Yeah.
It's concert tickets.
It's quicker than concert tickets because there's only a few hundred.
Yeah, I mean, at least concert tickets, there's like 20,000 seats. These things, there's like 50.
How many posters do they make? Like, of the good ones? Like, limited runs, I mean.
They release one, like, almost every week.
No, I mean, like, what was the last poster you bought? The one that you hung up in the picture.
That was Shepherd Ferry Obey.
Right, okay.
Poster
From
from
They Live. So how many?
500.
So they made
That's
500.
about as high as it goes.
Wow. And how much
Yeah,
do they
that was
run?
a pretty big.
How much do they run for?
$50.
So that's not even but I'm assuming there's what's the community like? Is there a big aftermarket on these things? How much would a good one go for?
What do you mean a good one?
Like is the Obey poster?
Well, I mean, it's kind of new. It just released.
You can sell that for $200.
Yeah, easily
already.
Oh yeah,
and it just came out. I saw you guys buy it like 2 weeks ago.
Because they're not going to put it out again.
Right.
That's it.
It's a limited edition.
If you're not on the site, and they release them at random times, it's usually between a couple hours. But
you know the day.
Yeah, you know the day, you just don't know the time. So, you could miss it if
you have basically like a 3 or 4 hour window, and if you're just like not by a PC, like you just
you guys and the poster community, or there's a whole bunch of you literally that has to reload for like hours at a time.
Absolutely.
I've stayed here late because I know that if I go home, it'll go on sale when I'm on the
you're
subway.
on the subway.
So I've stayed here very late.
Wow. Well, so they're collecting these posters, and
it's fun.
And they're also comparing and contrasting how they're displaying them.
Well, because framing
now
is
we're
a
talking
big
about
deal.
framing, yeah.
Right, because you don't want to get this nice poster and then ruin it with a bad frame or with glass that will fade it or acid or
framing screen prints are different than framing lithographs.
These are screen prints.
Yeah, because you have to be mindful to certain things that just the lithograph is fine.
Let's bring Mars in for a second. Mars, did you get the hat to Opie? I saw you run out of here.
Sorry to interrupt, but mission accomplished.
You did. You got it. Okay.
Damn real.
Very good.
Thank you.
Mars saw the hat there, so he literally ran as fast as he could down the hall, downstairs, so he could get Opie the hat.
That's how you get brownie points, right?
I guess so.
He was
Brown nosing.
Yeah, he was very appreciative. He gave me the fist pump thing.
When he's done with that hat, he's going to give it to you.
You think so?
Mars, did you text him to let him know that it was coming?
No, I did not.
Why not? Why not, Mars?
My texting function is not working properly on my...
With phone numbers that you don't have? Is that the problem?
Man,
You
why
should
letting the people know that.
You should stay in here for this story, Mars. We're just talking about Travis and Danny are collecting posters, these super rare posters, and they're doing, it's a hobby they have together, and they're also framing them together. How they display them is important, and so they'll be like, oh, look how I frame mine, look how I frame mine. So, Danny, you
get Apple TV on.
Oh, you want to show him the switcher?
I will show him on air how to do his job.
How to do his...
Technically, it's not my job.
No, whose job is it?
No, but I mean, Apple TV itself is not on.
Oh, you just use the remote. It's behind the monitor.
Oh, okay. I didn't see the remote.
So, Danny sent Travis a picture of the frame, right? You wanted to show him. You framed the Obey poster yesterday.
Well, I did, but I didn't really frame it. I was sick of having all my things in tubes.
Hold on one second. We have a special caller on the hotline. You're on the air.
I don't like the way Sam Roberts is being very condescending about this poster.
Is this fellow poster aficionado Anthony Cumia?
Yes, it is. And I don't like the way Sam's making it sound. A guy that has wrestling toys.
Wait.
Friggin' people.
You have to give me a second because you don't know where this is going.
Yeah, you know,
I'm not being condescending about the hobby. You gotta wait and see where this text message goes.
I have to agree with young Sam Roberts at this point in time. There should be there's no railing about this hobby. I think there's respect in the hobby.
I would say, Ant, that if I was making fun of the hobby, I would be justified in a solid smashing.
And if legitimate artists put out prints of Bam Bam Bigelow, you'd be there in a second. So.
Yeah, Sam didn't bring us in here to make fun of posters.
I never would, Ant. Oh, he's gone. He probably went in the tunnel or something. So, okay, so there's a good example. We have it on the Apple TV.
That's the first.
Yeah, that's nice.
The first text. Yeah, it does. It looks good. It's the Obey thing. It's got a nice frame. What type of frame is that?
Oh, it's just a shitty frame. It was just a shitty Michael's frame because I needed to. What I was going to say was that I just wanted them up. I have too many tubes in my house full of shit. And I just wanted to look at stuff. I was sick as tired of these things being in tubes. Now, you also have to understand that my iPhone, I went through a period of time here.
Yeah.
Without a case on my iPhone. So it's really difficult to take pictures with the main camera, like the rear camera, because as you can see here, everything comes out kind of fuzzy and cloudy and everything.
Yeah.
You know? So I figured, well, that's a good shot, I guess. But I really wanted to. I want you to see the clarity because this print is so beautiful. I really wanted to capture all of it.
This isn't the picture that I saw this morning.
No, that's not the one because that's a rear camera picture.
I guess,
but I wanted to take a much clearer, crisper front camera picture.
Right. So we set all this up because Travis, why don't you put on the big screen? Danny, you sent Travis a picture of the frame.
Yeah, buddy.
And Mars, you can see. Danny,
The second picture.
Danny sent him a picture displaying the frame. Danny is standing in front of the picture, thumb up,
shirtless,
with no shirt on.
That's what it's called. It's called shirts off, thumbs up.
Danny, you sent Travis
That's what I call it.
a picture of yourself with your shirt off. It's a really uncomfortable thing because it's like in the picture you're like, don't even pay attention. We're just looking at the poster. Oh, I forgot. I'm walking around with no shirt on.
He wrote with the poster with the picture. He goes, "Here's one with me with the poster."
Well, because I knew it was ridiculous,
and I proceeded to tell him that this was completely unnecessary.
So, Ann, if you're still listening, and I hope you are,
I call this nice print, brah.
Yeah, it's because Danny sent a picture of himself nude next to the poster.
Well, look, we haven't yet discussed whether or not I am indeed wearing pants.
Well, I'm not. I have no reason to believe you are, quite frankly.
That's a good point.
I like to leave things like Christopher Nolan style. I let you guys decide for yourself.
And this picture, to me, this is kind of like a picture that you would send to somebody you were interested in, saying,
"I'm interested in Travis."
Yeah, saying, "Yeah, there could be a sexual vibe to this picture."
I want Travis to like me, and I get into the same things that he's into. In an attempt for him to leave his wife.
You get into him, hopefully, because it seems sort of like this could just be a picture of a poster, or it's me giving off a very sexual vibe.
Now, I kind of have to not yell at Travis, but I do have to be
You've
disappointed.
got no shirt on in the picture.
I have to be
Danny.
disappointed in Travis because he doesn't have any Photoshop skills. And accompanying this message, I said, you know what you should do is just shop out the photo and just put dicks on it. The picture, rather.
I only had it for like 12 hours.
So I could just be thumbs upping to dicks.
Mars, do you send stuff like that to like your guy, like for
Mars
instance?
is not involved in this. Mars sits down to pee. He stands up to pee. Right?
It's the other way around.
One of your hobbies is MMA, right?
Yes.
So if you saw, I mean, would you send, like, I don't know what the correlation is, but if you had a great UFC piece of memorabilia and you wanted to send a picture of it to a friend of yours,
Right. Or something you stole.
would you take your shirt off to take the picture?
No.
Would you put yourself in the picture?
No, but
let's
then again, Danny has lost a lot of weight.
Who cares, though?
And
in this,
he probably wants to show off his new physique.
to Travis?
Travis.
Would you?
No, but that's Danny.
Okay. Does that have something to do with it, Danny? You're feeling more comfortable with
Sam,
yourself?
let me ask you a question. What's the month?
It's July.
What? Okay. What part of the month is it?
It's about the middle.
Oh, okay. So middle of July. Why can't I be shirtless in my own house?
Well, you can be if you want, but it doesn't mean you send pictures of it to people to prove it.
Let me just put a quick shirt on here before I send this picture.
So I should put a shirt on.
Yes! Yes! If you're going to text a pic, first of all, there's no reason to text a picture of
I don't
yourself.
even put a shirt on when I answer the Chinese food guy at the door. Why would I take one for a
You
picture?
should.
For Travis, of all
You
people.
should.
That's creepy.
First of all, you shouldn't send pictures of yourself to Travis. He knows what you look like. Second of all,
But he doesn't know how good I look next to the Shepherd Ferry.
if you are going to take a picture of yourself next to the Shepherd Ferry poster, put a shirt on.
You know what I'm going to do later today, maybe?
What?
Maybe I'll have to take more nude art pictures. Maybe someone wants to see some Mr. Brainwash.
No, people will like to look at the pictures, the posters, not you nude next to them.
Who wants to take... I bet I could cover my cock with a Mr. Brainwash postcard.
I'll take your word for it. And I mean, this isn't, by the way, there have been people who have noticed in that office, even when it's just you and Travis in there, there are massages given back and forth.
Especially when it's just Travis and Danny.
Really, Mark. Like, you've seen there's touching on the leg area.
Travis is in a position of power here, and sometimes a lot of stress is involved in positions of power.
Travis, you and Danny, like, you guys do touch each other in the office.
The touching goes one way.
Mars?
I don't know that, but I've seen touching.
Eric, have you
But
seen...
who's touching who?
Have you seen
Hey, I
touching?
turn away.
Hey, I tried to touch Derek. He doesn't let me.
Well, that's good. Sexual harassment.
I'm trying to find the other picture of shirtless Danny from years
Because
ago.
he likes
Oh,
because
check-
he knows it. He wants it just as much.
Is it
as
the one with
anyone
the short
else
shorts?
Yeah.
Check my MySpace. Eric, have you seen touching?
I've walked in to get some printouts, and Travis would be sitting there, and Danny's just standing up and rubbing his shoulders and blowing into his ear.
See, that's
does.
weird.
Blow into his ear. That's something that we share privately.
I believe there is being air being blown into his ears. And Travis, just because you're not touching, you accepting is just as much of a problem.
Oh yeah, he's the sub.
I don't know about that.
And I don't know if Troy's around. Troy sits across from you guys, so I'd assume he's seen the touching.
Troy was about to take his dick out yesterday.
Oh, no.
That's true. I mean, he was about to take his penis out. Yeah, there's another picture of you, Danny. I should put this on something other than my MySpace, but
We can't get it up there.
that's an old picture of you.
Yeah, that was back in the
short
day.
shorts.
Now I got to contest this picture as well because obviously.
What do you mean as well? First of all, the first picture of you shirtless that you texted Travis, no contesting.
No contest.
But go ahead and contest this one.
I will contest this picture because obviously
It's you in a factory
obviously
with short
yeah,
shorts
but
and no shirt
It was
on.
obviously taken from up high on a step stool because for some reason I look like the like a stretched out aspect ratio. For
Yeah,
some
yeah,
reason.
it doesn't. Troy, you see this picture that on the Apple TV that Danny sent to Travis as via text message.
It's like the picture Eric took of him. The pool.
I'm gonna defend Danny for a second.
Why?
Yeah.
Because he lost a lot of weight in the past
That's
couple
not
of
what
weeks.
we're debating.
I like how the defense of me is like, well, he looks good.
Danny, you lost weight. You're in great shape
Well, and Danny was hanging out at the compound party, shirt off, and I was like,
because he was
"See?"
getting in the pool.
How come all the guys
he was
noticed?
grilling. He was grilling with his shirt off.
I was not grilling.
You
No.
were walking around with your shirt off.
No, I was. Maybe later I did. I don't
trying
know.
to compliment you.
Yeah, I saw
Yeah,
you.
I'm trying
You
to-
stained your shirt. How
I did
could
stain
you?
my shirt?
Yeah,
I was very
he
upset
wasn't
about
grilling.
that. I know I wasn't grilling with my shirt off because I ruined a shirt.
He was in the pool with his shirt off. That makes sense. But he's texting his coworkers, mainly Travis, who maybe has a little asa relationship with.
Questionable sexuality.
I don't know, but Troy, if I sent you a picture of me in front of, let's say I have a shelf with wrestling stuff on it, okay?
Right.
And I was like, check out this wrestling stuff, and you're like, I can't really see it. The camera's a little fuzzy. And I was like, okay, let me use the front-facing camera, and I took my shirt off and gave you a thumbs up.
See, yeah, but see, already there's the story is not true. The story is not true to what happened. Okay, now you're embellishing because what had happened was that when I got home, it was very warm in my place, so I had to put the AC on. But ACs are not instantaneous, so I was like, "Woo, it's hot!" And I took my shirt off, and I was like, "You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to put this frame poster up." And then I put it up. I was so proud of it, and I was like, "Boy, everybody has to see this." And you know who's going to love this? Travis.
Did you like the framed poster?
Yeah.
Did you like the shirtless guy in front of it?
No, I told him that was unnecessary.
Would you?
Maybe he was more in the moment. Maybe he wasn't
If I sent you that picture, but it was me instead of Danny, wouldn't you be like, "What?"
I'd be confused, but I would think it was funny.
Well, what if I was like,
I love the picture.
if you responded like, haha, that's hilarious, and I'm like, what's so funny?
I was thinking
like,
about
who's
Instagram.
joking?
Well, it'd be more uncomfortable if you were completely nude and you could see your
He's
bottom half.
probably nude.
I leave that up to the beauties in the eye, you know.
All right, the real reason you're in here is you sit across from their office, the glass office. I'm in here, I might be doing something for Hits One. I'm all over the place in this building.
Right.
You are directly across from their office.
Yes.
What do you see in terms of the touching that goes on? Because Mars said that he sees touching back and forth. Eric said that he's walked in to get a printout, and he sees Danny standing up giving Travis a massage and blowing in his ear.
Because there's rules here, no bathing suit areas.
That's not a good defense. I didn't have a problem with the fact that you weren't touching him in his bathing suit area.
Oh, because I was going to say, like, show the touching in
It
general.
was the touching in general.
Oh.
And Travis, don't pretend like you have a problem with this now.
I fell asleep with the problem.
Because you accept the massage and the ear blowing. What do you see? Honestly, like I said yesterday, this is a safe place.
Yeah,
we let everything
sure.
out here. What do you see in terms of the touching that goes on between Danny and Travis?
I have seen touching on multiple occasions.
But who's touching who?
Danny's touching you.
See, I'm not doing any touching.
Is Danny, are you a predator?
Well, I mean, he's a little twinky. You know?
I have seen some touching here as well.
You have seen from Travis to Danny?
No.
You mean
like actually
in the
here.
studio?
Yeah. I have seen that.
So
here.
whenever they're around each other, there ends up being some kind of touching.
I wouldn't say every time they're
Isn't
around
it
each
hard
other.
to resist? I mean, come on. I can't be the only one.
What type of touching do you see?
Well, the one time Travis was looking at a video on here, and Danny came up behind him and was sort of. He was like,
"Tell me about this, Troy."
They were admiring a video together, and he was sort of.
Was it beard rubbing?
He was sort of petting.
What?
Travis. I mean, I'm just telling you what I saw. I mean,
he's a furry bear.
See, watch, Danny, try to pet me. Like, pet my back like we're watching a video together. Knock it off! Stop!
See, that's how Derek treats me.
Yeah, well, that's how a man should treat you for doing that, because it's a very feminine touch.
Well, it's a little, because when we were at the poker tournament, Danny came up behind me and started. You were massaging me at the poker tournament.
Was this like a couple drinks?
That's my fun bit.
Just a fun thing you do.
I think it's before that I noticed that Danny likes to. I mean, maybe he just likes to massage, and in Danny's
maybe he just likes.
I have magic fingers.
You just said maybe he just likes to massage.
Right.
Danny gives good massages.
Oh my God!
But
I
it's one
can't
of those
even.
things. It was one of the. Yes, it was good, but it was one of those things where it was like, it's a guy touch me. I'm just kind of like.
Yeah,
it's hard to relax.
And that right there is something I have a problem with. What did you just say about his massages?
Danny gives good massages.
They're good.
See, there's no way that I could ever enjoy a massage from Danny because
you don't let yourself.
And
it's uncomfortable.
And what's the next step past that?
Why are you doing this? What are your intentions?
What's
here?
the next step? Hand jobs.
Exactly.
That's what we're afraid of.
So you'd be like,
that's what Troy does. I mean, Travis doesn't
What do you think I've been trying for 7 years already?
I didn't know.
You know, I'd be like, it's just a blowjob. I mean, if you close your eyes, you won't know the difference.
But I
you
mean,
know?
Travis is
Girl's
trying.
mouth, boy's mouth.
It's a mouth. Travis is trying to be like, oh yeah, it's me, Sam, and Troy saying this is weird.
Yeah.
But like, Sam and Troy are saying, just don't even massage me. There's no way I'll enjoy it, no matter what your grip feels like. I can't because it's an uncomfortable situation.
How is this a way to get me to stop? Because all I'm hearing is that I look good and give good massages.
From Travis. I mean, Travis is the one who's saying it.
I never said he looks good.
Do you think he's in better shape now?
In better shape than
See,
what?
there you go.
Before?
Yeah.
But I don't look bad, right?
You don't look good.
See, I look good.
Wait. Would you say Danny doesn't look bad?
Well, he doesn't look good.
No. I didn't ask if he looks good. Do you think Danny looks bad?
No.
It's getting very rolling. It's getting very weird.
I think we should just close the curtains and suck each other's dicks in here.
Did you hear what he just said? I said, do you think Danny looks bad? And Travis blushed and said, no. This is like if we had a female in, like, it's not like Travis he doesn't want it. Like, I would say, I don't know what Danny looks like. I don't think about it. Travis is acting like it's a female intern who he's not supposed to say it about, but he does think it. You know what I mean? Like, it's not what he wants to admit, but he knows it's true. He knows it's.
Danny's gotten into
Ronnie B.
Danny's gotten into better shape.
Ron, what about Ron?
Should become your judge.
Is Danny's good looking or not? What? I mean, I would assume. I don't know where that comes from. Sometimes Roland comes out with these theories.
His synapse in his brain, like, it doesn't work like regular people.
It just fires. But I mean, so Travis, you don't think Danny's a bad-looking guy?
I've seen worse.
What? That's okay, Danny. This is making you happy.
Yeah, I like that.
You're like, okay,
That's not bad.
Like you're feeling like maybe you do have a shot after all.
Well, no one wants to be the ugly duckling.
I know that. You're right, Travis. You have a child, you have a wife. Put them aside. Act like they don't exist. We're in a parallel universe. Do you think after a couple drinks, everybody's hanging out, whatever, good vibes, everybody's having fun, whatever, might Danny have a shot? All I'm talking about is first base, like a kiss on the lips.
Is this after massage?
Yeah, I mean,
after massage, he's already loosened up.
I'll bet. If they were drunk and Travis, as part of the goofy guy bit, I'll bet Travis would let Danny kiss him on the lips, and Danny, doing his bit, would kiss Travis.
This is why Travis doesn't hang out and drink, because I think he's afraid that he knows
You think if I stay too long,
inhibitions.
He's vulnerable.
I'm like, kid's getting tired. I gotta go.
This is getting so weird in here because, I mean, Roland, Troy, Mars, you're picking up on these vibes. Tell me if I'm wrong.
No.
But I truly feel like if we were all out together, everybody was having a good time, and Travis and Danny would act like it was something just for fun, like a little bit they were doing, but if they were both inebriated, they would kiss each other on the lips, I think. Danny would kiss Travis, but Travis would allow it. I think that would happen. Do you, Troy?
Can't a friend just appreciate another friend?
Troy, do you think that would happen?
And appreciate his shoulders,
Yeah.
Mars?
beard, And his
I
little
would bet my
body.
money on it.
You would.
Mars would be
his
so
chest
happy if
hair.
that happened.
You would like that, Mars?
I would not.
You would not.
I would not like it.
Roland, do you think so?
I think most will like it.
And Eric, do you think? I mean, you've been around these guys just as long as anybody else has. Is there some kind of weird sexual tension that hasn't really been brought up before going on between Danny and Travis?
I don't think they find it weird. I think it's
No. I didn't say weird to
Yeah,
them.
because we're comfortable with it.
Yeah,
Dick.
they're more playful with it.
Yeah. Do you think that, like we said, if they were, drunk, inebriated, whatever, that they could possibly end up kissing?
I think Travis would attack Danny.
What?
What do you mean attack Danny?
If he had a few drinks in him.
Well, that's just silly, Eric.
Yeah.
I'm
not a predator,
You're
Eric.
not. Let's talk about realistically speaking, because Travis is not an aggressive guy like that.
No, he's the bottom.
Right, Danny is aggressive.
I'm a sub.
And I think Danny would say, Travis, you just let me kiss you. It'll be funny. Let me kiss you. Let me kiss
I'm not
you.
going to ask.
Right, and then you grab him by the back of the head, and then Travis would, at first he'd push back. At first he'd push back. And then we'd all be we'd be egging him on because we'd think it was funny. We'd be like, yeah, kiss, guys. And Travis would start laughing, and he'd lean in, and he would let Danny kiss him. And then Danny would just go as far as Travis would let him. So, if Travis allowed it.
For the bit.
Right, for the bit.
For the bit.
For the show.
Danny would use tongue. And I think Travis would accept it in that scenario. I do. I personally believe that. Travis?
No.
I don't. I think you're lying.
Well, that's where we
Danny,
differ.
do you think Travis would allow your tongue?
Well, I don't know. I mean,
Or accept your tongue?
I might have to, it might be one of those situations where he thinks it's a mistake, but I have to convince him that it isn't,
You would attempt it, though.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. All right, well, listen.
He would probably put his hand on my chest and be like, we shouldn't do this.
Believe it or not, it's time for Run and Fast.
Oh, come on.
I know.
We were just getting into the...
And we didn't get to talk about Eric.
I know. Well, trust me, we might do a little of this tomorrow, continuing. We'll talk to Eric tomorrow.
What, the Rent Boy stories?
I'm not going to be here tomorrow.
Oh, man.
You're not going to be here
Well, I
tomorrow?
gotta go do
Yeah,
a
he's
thing
having his
after
ass fucked out.
How subtle.
I'm going to the beach with a bunch of guys.
Of course you are. That makes sense.
Can I come? I'll pop my shirt off, man. It'll be all good.
Well, listen, we'll get into more of Danny's homosexuality tomorrow. Also, Roland, you came in talking about Eric being tired. We have a great Eric story from yesterday that we will, I promise, get into tomorrow when After Opie and Anthony Live continues. Stay tuned. Ron and Fez are coming up next.